Imagine this. You've nailed the perfect subject line, okay? Your reader is intrigued and curious to see what you have inside your email. So they quickly tap on your email to open it, but the excitement suddenly fades away. They are confused, disappointed, and with one quick click, they delete it, maybe even unsubscribe or mark you as spam. Just like that, you've lost the subscriber. That's a very sweet story, right? Well, that's exactly what's happening with many of the emails people are sending out. The truth is, nailing the body of your email is like crafting that perfect punchline. If you mess it up, you are not getting any laughs, and in this case, no clicks or sales, okay? But don't worry, today we are going to fix that. I'm going to break down exactly what makes a killer email body that grabs your reader's attention and makes them want to take whatever action you want them to take, all right? Whether you are selling a product, booking a call, or driving traffic to your site, these simple proven tips will take your email game to the next level. And here's the best part. These are not just tips you hear from some random blog, all right? These are battle-tested strategies that have helped me and my clients generate serious revenue, of course, without writing long and complicated emails. And if you stick to the end, I'll give you access to my email templates bank and other resources to help you write engaging and money-making emails fast. Cool? Great. So let's get into it. And by the way, if you are seeing me for the first time, my name is Patrick Enyum, and I help businesses set up and execute successful and profitable email marketing campaigns. On this channel, I share practical and real-life advice, strategies, and tips to help you generate good revenue from emails. So make sure you click the subscribe button now so you don't miss any of the hot videos I share every week. All right? So go ahead and click the subscribe button now. I'll give you 2 seconds to do that. Done? All right, nice. Let's dig into how to write emails that gets read, gets clicked, and generates revenue. The body of the email is where you will share the full message you have for your recipients. It's what will determine if the reader takes the action you want from them or not. Okay, so now what makes a good email body? There are 4 things you should have in mind when writing this part of your email. Tip number 1, maintain the flow from the subject line. The first thing you must do in the first lines of your email is to maintain the flow from the subject line. You know, there is nothing more annoying than opening an email because the headline seems very interesting, only to be disappointed immediately you read the first line, okay? That's exactly what happens when you break the flow from your subject line. I don't know if you understand what I mean by flow, okay? I'll try to explain it. I want you to look at your email as a story. When telling someone a story or maybe recounting a past experience or event, you are surely going to start with the beginning of the story, right? If this part gets your listener's attention, you then move to the second part, right? Now, if you jump from the first part to the third part or bring in something that is not related to the story at all, you are going to lose the interest of your listener. It's the same with emails. Now, to explain what I mean, I'm going to show you a subject line I drafted for this video. We are going to use it to promote an imaginary weight loss product. I want to show you a good and a bad opening for the subject line. This is going to help you understand what I'm trying to say. All right, take a look at this. So here the subject line is 3 weight loss lies you probably believe. Then the body, hi Sam. Do you know that most of the things weight loss gurus teach are lies? Yes, they feed you with these lies so you will never lose weight. Why is that? Because if you don't lose weight, you keep buying their products, and that's the only way they make their money. I'm sick and tired of seeing them deceive innocent people, so I've decided to expose their lies and reveal the truth to you. ETC, as you start listing those lies, all right? That's the first email. Now, take a look at the second one. 3 weight loss lies you probably believe. The same subject line like the previous one. Okay. Hi, Sam. Are you finally ready to lose weight and get your dream body? If yes, then I have a weight loss supplement you might want to check out. It's called Turbo Fat Burner, and it has worked for thousands of people in your situation. That's why I'm 100% sure that it will work for you. Best of all, it won't cost you hundreds of dollars like other weight loss products in the market today. In fact, a bottle of this supplement sells for just $6. Now, before I tell you how to get this supplement, let me quickly talk about dirty lies flying around in the weight loss industry. Most people struggling to lose weight believe these lies. Maybe you believe them too, and so maybe you start listing out the different lies. Now, which of these emails do you think will work better? Email A or email B? Of course, email A will work better. The reason is that it maintained the flow from the subject line, all right? The second one went into something completely different from what the reader was expecting to see. The reader opened the email to learn about the weight loss lies they believe, and instead of sharing that information with them, he started talking about a certain weight loss supplement that can help them lose weight. So make sure that the first line of your email has a hook that ties to the subject line, all right? If you lose your reader with an irrelevant subject line, then they might not even bother reading the rest of your email. Are you getting the point? Great. Tip number 2, keep the sentences short. The second thing you should have in mind when writing the body of your email is to keep your sentences short. Short sentences are much easier to read, while long ones distract the readers. With short sentences, it will also be easier for people to understand what you are saying in your email. The last thing your readers want to do is stare at the ceiling and wonder what you mean. When people have to read a sentence multiple times before understanding it, most of them will simply close that email, okay? And this is likely going to happen if your sentences are too long. So when writing emails, try to maintain an average sentence length of maybe 15 words, okay? To do this, try to minimize the use of words like but, for, or, no, yet, so, and, although, when, because, those are words that join two sentences to form a compound sentence, okay? Now, we are not here for an English class, but I'm just hoping you get what I mean, right? When you have these words in the middle of a long sentence in your email, you should try breaking up the sentence into two, okay? That way, it will be easier for your reader to understand without having to rack their brain. Did you get that? Awesome. So let's proceed. Tip number 3, maintain lots of white spaces. The third thing you should do when writing the body of your email is to maintain lots of white spaces. White spaces are those spaces you leave in a sentence without writing anything on them, okay? I'm sure you see empty spaces between paragraphs and sentences when you read other people's email, but maybe you don't understand the rationale behind them. To help you understand this, I want you to quickly read this email on your screen right now. Try to read this other one. Which one was easier for you to read? Probably email A, right? So just like short sentences, white spaces will make your email easier to read and understand. But if your email is full of long blocks of text, your readers will feel overwhelmed by the email, and in most cases, they will simply close or delete it, okay? White spaces can also draw attention to certain parts of the email. For example, if you have an email like this, you will see some subheadings, okay? For those who like to scan through their emails without reading every word, this will make them stop in their track and read a little more. That's if you insert subheadings inside your email, okay? So make sure you have lots of white spaces in your email. It helps for readability. Are you getting that? Correct. Now let's move to tip number 4. You see, emails are not like blog posts. They are very personalized. The mistake most people make is trying to write their emails like they are writing academic content. And trust me, that pisses off a lot of readers. I hate it too. So on the contrary, you should make your emails conversational. In fact, I'll tell you to throw away the many lessons your English teacher taught you. It doesn't work inside emails, all right? My best advice is always write the way you talk. If you know how you talk to your friend, write that way. Personally, after writing any email, I always read it out loud, okay? That enables me to see and feel how the reader will perceive it. And I recommend you should do that too. If your email doesn't read well to you, then it probably won't read well to your audience. On to tip number 5. Remove every fluff. One last thing you should do when writing the body of your email is to remove every word that the email can do without. The shorter it can be without losing its flavor, the better for the email. Now, you should understand that your audience might have very little time to read through your emails. They have other things to do. So making the email as brief as possible without leaving out the key information is very important. One of the ways to do this is to remove filler words. Okay, removing filler words will make your email shorter and easier to read, and it will also make your message easier to understand, which is exactly what you want. The reason is that a verbose sentence can get your main point buried under unnecessary words. So always remove redundant and unnecessary words from your email. A bonus tip I'll add is this: use storytelling to your advantage. Stories engage and people love them. Right from our childhood, we are used to listening stories from our parents, our friends, even in the movies. Okay? And then when we grow up, the interest in stories never wanes. Okay? It never goes. So it remains with us. You should then find a way to add personality to your emails by telling stories. It could be a story about what happened to you or what happened to someone else. However, don't just tell random stories. It must be connected to whatever you want to share in your email, okay? The story will hook the reader and they will continue reading without knowing when you transition to the main point you want to share with them in the email, okay? In another video, I'll teach you how to tell stories in your emails. So just make sure you are subscribed to this channel so that you will not miss it when I release the video, all right? So hit that subscribe button now if you haven't done it. Yeah, now, done? Cool. And just before I end this video, let's talk about a very important aspect of your email. That's the call to action part. Now, the sole aim of every email is to get them to take action, right? If after writing a beautiful email content and your audience doesn't do what you want them to do, maybe to click a link, reply your email or whatever, then the email has failed on its mission. So let's look at how you do that before we end this video. Now, there are two things that make up the closing of most emails: the call to action, that's the CTA, and the postscript. Your CTA must be simple, clear, direct, and action-oriented, okay? A good strategy for writing this is to include the benefits the reader will get from taking action as part of the CTA. For example, instead of saying something like, click here to learn more, you can write, click here to learn how you can pay off your mortgage fast. Okay, so when the call to action has that benefit embedded into it, it gets more click. All right. Another hack that works is to use an adaptation of your subject line in your call to action. Here is why I suggest that. Your reader opened your email because your subject line hooked them. All right. So if your subject line was powerful enough to get them to open, then an adaptation of it could as well make them want to click on your link to further learn more. All right. For example, if your subject line was about a limited offer, then your call to action could be something like, get your limited time due now. All right. Another example is if your subject line talks about an exclusive information, then using similar language on your call to action would work. Something like, get your exclusive access here. All right. It talks about the exclusiveness or the exclusivity which you mentioned in the subject line. Are you getting the point? Now, after your call to action, the next thing you should add is a postscript. I mean, that PS you see at the end of many emails. The postscript should restate or remind readers of your main points or maybe any other information you want to add, okay? It could also be used to reinforce the action you want them to take. Of course, the PS, as in the postscript, is not compulsory, so only use it when it's necessary. If you apply all of this in your emails, you will see more engagements, clicks, and sales from your campaigns. Trust me. Did you learn something from this video? If yes, click the like button and drop your feedback in the comment section. It helps the algorithm know you loved it, and so it will try to show it to more persons. Or would you want more persons to see it? I know you do. Thank you in advance. Now, let's be honest. Unless you're already an expert copywriter, you will require lots of practice to implement what you have learned in this video. You are probably not going to get it 100% right on your first few tries, okay? So, to save you time and help you craft emails fast, I created this email copy swipe file. It contains templates that cover practically every email you would want to write for your business. And all of these emails already follow the rules stated on this video, okay? So click on the link in the description and get them. It also comes with Chat GPT prompts, so you can use AI to write your marketing emails. You know, Chat GPT on its own cannot write emails that convert. It requires special instructions from someone with maybe email writing experience before it can generate emails that actually work. This is exactly what you get from the prompts that come with each template, okay? The exact instructions that will make AI write perfect emails that bring engagements, clicks, and revenue, okay? With this, you have no reason not to profit from emails again. So click on the link in the description to get your access to them, all right? And of course, if you have any question or recommendation, feel free to drop it in the comment box, and I promise you I'll reply to each one. All right? Cheers, and see you on the next one.